I don't need the highlights right now. I need an ISO. Right here. I'm waiting. D'Angelo Russell. What a disgrace. An embarrassment. I'll be at the game tomorrow night. I'll show up there. It's hard to look at this brother. This brother showed up in a game as a starting point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers, wearing the purple and gold. I mean, this is purple and gold. This is probably the most storied franchise in basketball annals. And did a donut. Me and you were sitting on this set. We did. He scored as many points as us. It's disgraceful. It's the same dude that averaged 6 points with 32% shooting and 13% shooting from three-point range last year in the Western Conference Finals. You're in the midst of losing 12 straight. You've lost 11 straight now. LeBron James has played in 10 of those losses, okay? They've lost 11 straight to the Denver Nuggets. It's going to be 12. Denver snatched their heart. And I feel bad for LeBron James and Anthony Davis because together they're averaging 58.7 points on 59% shooting from the field this series. The rest of the Lakers, 43.7 points on 39% shooting. Austin Reeves, he showed us he had a post yesterday. He hadn't done much before yesterday. D'Angelo Russell showed up, didn't show up in game one, showed up in game two, but not when it counted after you had a 20-point lead and you let that deteriorate. And then last night you embarrassed yourself in front of the Laker fans, purple and gold, at the Crypto.com arena. It's an absolute disgrace. And then this is the same dude that you remember they lost to Sacramento in the regular season, and he wasn't aware of what was at stake with the seedings and everything like that. You're saying you're vying for a play-in spot or what have you. You never know. You might have been able to avoid the Denver Nuggets had you paid attention, had you been on top of it. LeBron James doesn't deserve a teammate like that. That's somebody like that that's not that prioritized, that's not that focused. Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Okay, so he's just going to kind of continue just saying how bad he is. What I want to say here is that let's not use D'Angelo Russell as a scapegoat. Now, I've said repeatedly that I think the Lakers are not good enough, that they are an inferior team, an absolute inferior team. But to act like now that if D'Angelo Russell was somehow something that he's not, that the Lakers would be winning, it's unfair. We know who D'Angelo Russell is. We know who he's been. He's been in the league now for years. He's not some, young, questionable unknown. He's floated around to multiple teams. The Golden State Warriors said, we don't want him. They kicked the tires around him and they said, nope, we don't want him. They got rid of him and they went and won a championship. So if they didn't want him at the peak of their powers, why do you want him? So D'Angelo Russell is not a big game player. He is a wildly inconsistent player. And I thought it was so funny how game 2 it was, I believe, right? Game 2, Reggie Miller was calling it, and he goes, that's how you shut up NBA Twitter. That's how you shut up Twitter. Where are all the haters now? Where are all the haters now? And because he made like 7 threes or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, this is clearly not who he is. This is clearly an outlier. So to think that he's going to keep doing this is comically hilarious. And lo and behold, look what he does. I mean, I wasn't expecting 0 points, but I wasn't expecting another 6-7 3-point, game either. So I don't like when we hate on a player for being who they are. Now, I understand Lakers fans as a whole want to blame someone, and I don't think that LeBron and AD are to blame. But it's just that they're an inferior team. Everybody acted like the Lakers actually had a real chance at winning. Either beating the Nuggets, or apparently everyone was saying, well, they should just try to play OKC because they'll definitely beat OKC, which to me is comically absurd. People claim that the Lakers are the second best team in the NBA, even though their seeding clearly shows otherwise. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. That is not true. Look at the Lakers roster. They are not good enough. They are not consistent enough. Austin Reeves is not consistent enough. Rui Hachimura is not consistent enough. D'Angelo Russell is not consistent enough. You need consistency. Look at what the Denver Nuggets do. Aaron Gordon, I will take Aaron Gordon over D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, and Rui any day of the week. Michael Porter Jr., I will take Michael Porter Jr. over D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, and Rui any day of the week. Like any other player outside of AD and LeBron, I will take. That alone now is stacking the deck in the Denver Nuggets' favor. To have two players that are not AD, that are not Jokic or Jamal Murray, that you will take over the entire roster of the Lakers outside of AD and LeBron. You're just stacking it up. And now at this point, Jokic is a better player than LeBron. So that's check. And now Jamal Murray, it really depends. If you had to pick between who are you going to draft, AD or Jamal, you're probably going to pick AD based off of like no other information of like longevity and injury risk. But in terms of like stepping up and being complimentary to obviously a Jokic, you know, Jamal Murray. It would be hard to say no, I don't want Jamal. So when you have that, when you have all these pieces, when Jokic is better than AD and LeBron at this point, and Jamal is most complimentary, so outside of obviously if you could put LeBron on that team, what I'm really ultimately trying to say is that for the most part, you have the entire roster, start to finish, better than every single spot that you can have for the Lakers. So I just don't understand. And they have a significantly better coach. And now it's like we keep kind of going back and forth between who do we want to blame for this? Is it LeBron? Is it Darvin Ham? No, it's AD. Is it D'Angelo Russell? They're just an inferior team. Right? It's like asking a 15-year-old to be a grown man, to be a 35-year-old. He's not. He's 15. You know, it's just you could only expect so much out of this team. Not to mention, these players are going to play worse, these role players. The Rui, the Austin Reeves, the D'Angelo Russells, because they're playing a superior team. So they're not going to be able to step up in the playoffs. We always talk about, you got to be able to step up in the playoffs. Yes, the superstars can step up in the playoffs. They can rise to the occasion. The role players can when they're playing an inferior team, not when they're playing a superior team. No one's going to be able to get by Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Jokic. I mean, like, you're just not going to be able to do it. So to me, I think it's kind of unfair in a lot of ways to just rip D'Angelo Russell. He's obviously not playing good enough. But one, he is not the sole reason why. And two, it's like yelling at him to just get taller. Come on, D'Angelo Russell, why can't you be 7 feet tall? It is a disgrace that you are not 7 feet tall. You want the guy just to like magically grow? He's been in the league for years. This is who D'Angelo Russell is. If you were expecting to try to win a championship or compete with a championship with D'Angelo Russell being like your third piece, I don't know what to tell you. That's your own mistake right there. That is your own mistake right there. Because he's not Michael Porter Jr. He's not Aaron Gordon. He's not Klay Thompson. He's not those pieces. And that's what you need to win championships. You need a dude to be your second, third, and fourth piece to win a championship. Or you need someone that can be streaky, but can really step up in those moments that you really need him. D'Angelo Russell has never, ever shown to do that. You guys all thought it was Austin Reeves, and I also was like, no. Let's like take a breather here. He just had like a hot streak. Let's not act like, you know, everyone was trying to crown Austin Reeves as like, you know, the next big thing. And I was like, let's take it easy here. And he's also not doing anything. He's got a bunch of points in garbage minutes when, you know, nothing really matters at that point. They're just not a good enough team. And the only reason why we keep talking about them is because it's the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James. But otherwise, like, at this point, I'd rather be talking about Orlando Magic. Like, we talk about them more than OKC, the actual number one seed. With SGA, the team that's actually balling out and playing great. But no, we keep talking about LeBron James and the Lakers and D'Angelo Russell and Darvin Ham. They're just not a good team. And it's okay. It's okay to accept that they're not a good team. That LeBron James is not on a good team. That LeBron James doesn't have the ability to put up 50 points to win that game. Whereas we saw Joel Embiid will the Sixers to win, putting up 50 points. AD doesn't have that in him, and LeBron at this point in his career can't do it. And if he can, it's completely emptying the tank, and then he'll be literally down for the next 2 games. So that's just the way it is. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. Who do you think is to blame for the Lakers' failures? Or is there really no one to blame and it's just that the Denver Nuggets are such a better team? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.